Good morning, welcome back. It is now week 2 of Pantry Challenge. I'm about to go out in my garden and do some grocery shopping from the garden. We are completely out of fresh fruit, and I might need to be making a trip to the store pretty soon to get some bananas, maybe some other fruit, possibly some eggs, because I want to make some breakfast options. Let me show you in here what we're looking like, what we've eaten through, and then what the plan for this week is. So I've started meal prepping for the week. We have some sloppy joes. This is some spinach from the garden. Otherwise, though, we have some things that we need to use up. We have deli meat and some little tortillas. I'd like to use those. I also would like to use up this potato and maybe this onion because I don't want them to go bad. But like we're looking really empty and it's about time for potato harvest. So we'll go look at those in just a second. But I also am wanting to make some tomato soup. I did not make tomato soup last year because the year before I canned it and it just didn't turn out well. And I'm not going to can it though. I am going to make tomato soup. I'm going to freeze it. And then in here, we are still working through everything. This looks pretty much the same. But up here, we've really made a big dent. There's only 4 things left, and this is a more recent meal. So there's really 3 left that we need to get through, and we are making things happen. So let's go outside and see what we can get out of the garden. I am going through my backyard this way instead of through the house because I don't want to bring the cat with me because that's just a little bit too much for me to want to deal with right now. So out we go. Make sure that closes behind me. And I'll show you this as we walk up because it's really pretty. The flowers are blooming. Look at this. Look how pretty. I don't remember what any of these are called, but these are so pretty. Ooh, these are starting. Oh, that's a wasp. We do not like wasps. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. Ooh, we have a lot of basil that we could harvest. I need to wait to harvest basil until I know what I'm going to use it for. And then these 2 are so pretty. So, quick overview of the yard. It looks pretty much the same. The birds, though, and wasps have been eating my grapes, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But we're looking good. We'll get over to tomatoes in just a second. Over here we have the potatoes that I think I need to turn the water off to. So let's see if I can do this. Let's see, is there anything that can sting me? No. Let's see, I'm hoping righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, or let's see, I'm turning it to the right, hoping that that turns it off because I want these to start dying back a little bit more. And you can see some potatoes. You can see some potatoes right here, so I'm going to try to cover them because I don't want them to turn green. Oh, that opened up another one. Yeah, we're about close to time too. I just don't want the sun hitting them. So we're about to the time where we need to be harvesting those. I think I've got that off. Let's see. There's not much. We might have some spinach, or I might have waited too long. Let's see here. Well, they're not quite bolted yet. This one is. So let's see. I think I'm going to, we'll taste this before we preserve it or anything. Take that top off so it doesn't try to bolt. Those little leaves might be good. Here, I screwed this up. Not harvested. I did get 2 zucchinis off of this before it died, but I trimmed it back a little too much and it did not survive it. So I think I need to pull this plant out. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but let's do it. Is any of it alive? I don't really think so. Oh, well, yeah, there was one over there growing. Oh well. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let's take a look in here and see what we have. Is there anything growing? There's a few that are about to start. We've got some male flowers. And what about here? A few yellow squashes starting. Okay, nothing there to harvest. Celery. Celery's getting there. But it's being trapped out by what is supposed to be watermelons. So we'll see if we get any of those. So over here it looks like slow zucchini year for me, but at least we have some spinach. So I put netting around. Oh look, oh my, can you see all, dang, oh gosh, can you see all of the wasps in there? That's so terrible. I've tried to get some of them covered with these, but it's kind of a battle because if there's that many wasps on them, I can't cover them. Okay, we're gonna leave the grapes alone, but all of the grapes, well, let me zoom you back out. All of the grapes over here got eaten by birds. Like literally completely empty. Okay, we have some cabbage who's growing, so that's cool. Oh, wasps there too. I do not like wasps. Not my friends. Okay. I don't think I see any pumpkins, which is so weird. This is the second year in a row of like, maybe third, without having pumpkins. Huh. Oh, look. Oh, I just got bit by a mosquito. There's one. It's just a flower, or it will be a flower soon. Okay, let's get out of there. Let's check these green beans. I've been harvesting green beans approximately once a week. Oof. This week already looks to be a little bit slower than previous weeks because I think there were only like 2 on that one. Okay, got a few down here. Well, maybe one. Oh, a wasp. Let's see. Okay, I think that's what we've got for those. I'm not expecting anything in the peas because it is cold time of year. I need to get out here and weed. It's not the cold time of year, it's the hot time of year. Oh look, these are starting to bloom. Corns are doing well. Here's the tomatoes. Here and things. So let's see, I'm gonna pick off all of the red ones. Goodness. Oh, look here. These aren't red yet, but those are looking good. So it looks like mainly just cherry tomatoes are red. We did come out here and pick some just the other day. I'm going to continue picking these and then I will show you how many there are once I'm done. Okay, I think I got most of them. There's a few in the back here that I'm sacrificing because they're covered with wasps and I'm not about to do that. Here's what we've got, but I just realized as I was doing this that I do have tomatillos and I'm pretty sure some of these are ready to harvest, like this one. It's popping out through the bottom, so we've got our first tomatillo of the year. Those are not ready. That one's ready. Look at that. We now officially have more tomatillos than we did last year. So let's see. That one's getting close, but not there yet. Not yet. Not yet. Yep, that one's good. Hey, we got 7. Let's see. Here's Milo in the window. He wants to be outside. I definitely need to fertilize that plant. the tomatillo plant. So this is pretty good though. Instead of going grocery shopping, we now have this much produce for the week, which is mainly tomatoes, but this is a win. But this is why I like to do pantry challenge at this time of year, because I don't need to go to the store as often. I mean, I can't grow bananas, but we've gotten quite a bit of produce. I feel like there's a bug on my arm. Oh, there is. It might have been a oh, look, he's mad. I'm so sorry. Did I go out without you? I'm sorry, Milo. You want to say hi to your friends? I did my first little grocery haul of the pantry challenge. I spent about $23, and here's what I got. So I needed some fruit, so I got some bananas, and then I got some blackberries because they were on sale. The tomatoes just came in from the garden, so I wanted to make some salsa, and I didn't have any tortilla chips, so I got some of those. I also got some eggs because I want to make some savory breakfasts. And then I got some pecan chips because I would like to make some cookies, and now that I can't have chocolate chips, I just like to add nuts in them instead. And then I got some more granola bars just because these are a nice, easy morning snack if I'm out on the go. It is now the end of the week, and I just stumbled across a recipe that looks very interesting. So I've been needing to use up this pistachio pudding mix, and I haven't really known what to do with it. I thought maybe I'd make pistachio cookies, but then I need to buy pistachios because it'd be kind of weird without. And randomly right now, when I was just looking for what I wanted to make like next week, oh, don't go in there, shells. I found a pistachio muffin recipe, which is fantastic because I like muffins better than cupcakes, and muffins are just fantastic. All right, we are in business now. The shells are out. So I'm going to make muffins, and typically when I make muffins, I use silicone liners. I am just using paper liners today because it's just gonna save me a step, and sometimes that's preferred. So I'm starting with 2 eggs, and I'm going to add a half a cup of oil. And I've put my measurements on them so I know how much of each thing I need. I also need a cup of milk. So let me fill this up with water. We're gonna use powdered milk. There's our cup. And we need 1/3 of a cup. I'm just gonna use this, oh wait, half cup measure. I'm not gonna add that whole amount in. I don't wanna do too much. Let's mix this up. I guess while I'm at it, let's add a half teaspoon of salt. It's too much. I'm gonna put some of it away. I'm like the extreme of put away as you go because it just becomes so much looking at everything, and I'm like, I can't do that. So we need 1 cup of sugar. There's a lot of sugar for a muffin, but that's okay. And then half a teaspoon of almond extract. We're gonna eyeball it. Okay. Oven is preheated. Oh, that almond extract smells so good. Something that's different about this recipe is that it wants you to cook it for like 6 minutes at 425 and then reduce the heat to, what did it say, 350 for another like 10 minutes. So that's definitely different. But I'm going to make this, and I'm actually going to make some sliders. I'm going to try to make like a White Castle dupe type of thing with the slider rolls that I made. I recently made those in, what was I making? A bunch of breakfasts. So I have extras of those. So those are coming next, but I figured it would make sense to do the muffins first. That way they'd get in, have time to cool, and we have muffins. Okay, let's get this in here. Let's see, this expired February of 2023, so it's good that we're getting to it. Shelftember, we're doing things. It's powder. It's gonna be just fine. It smells good too. Now it said make these for St. Patrick's Day because they're green. Not St. Patrick's Day, but a muffin that's green is delicious any time of the year. I think this will be easier to mix once I have the flour in. So we're gonna add 2 cups of flour. And I'm just thinking about the sliders that I'm going to make, because these are delicious, but I feel like they're more of a dessert. So the dinner. and then this. Okay, that's all of our ingredients. Now we just need to get it mixed together. I thought about using the mixer. I thought about using a hand mixer. I decided to just go with a spatula. This wouldn't be quite as lumpy, I think, if I didn't use a spatula, if I used something else, but I think we'll be okay. All right, we've got our cupcake tins out. I am going to fill them up. It says we should get 20. Let's see. I think I filled these up higher than I should have. I got 16, so hopefully they don't overflow too much. Let's get these in the oven, and then I'm gonna start working on getting things ready for the sliders. I've gone back and forth on what I want to do with the meat, if I want to cook like one long piece or little individual ones. I think I've decided on little individual ones, so we'll see how that goes. I do have a griddle heating up behind me, so I think what I'm going to do is try to separate this meat into 15 little tiny burgers. I'm not going to add any eggs or anything special, just the meat and then some spices. Maybe this one's gonna have the extra one. Square-ish. I know that they're gonna shrink, so hopefully I can make them a little bit bigger. Should I just lay it all out and then cut 15? Thanks for the tip. Okay. Much better plan. Much better. Okay, I'm going to get this seasoned up with some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. And now I'm like, do I want to cook it flat like this? Because maybe that'll be easier. Maybe I'll just do it in 2 halves. No, probably won't come up nicely. Nope, it won't. These are not even in the slightest. Okay. While those are cooking, I want to dice up a little bit of onion. I know this isn't the right knife for it, but it'll work just fine. I'm doing a teeny tiny dice. It might be time to flip these. Don't worry, I did clean the spatula. now this is day 2 of these rolls, and they're not as soft as yesterday, but I think that'll actually help us out with cutting them. These are definitely more of the texture of the Hawaiian rolls now that it's been a day. I'm gonna spray the bottom of this pan. I think those are probably done. They're also going to cook in the oven for a little bit as well. Take these guys out. See, perfect timing. I'm ready to assemble, and then we'll stick everything in the oven, and the oven is ready for us. Okay, so here is my thought. I think if I get these in here first, that'll at least get something out of the way. Whoa. Okay, we'll do these ones. And then these ones. And this. Get the tops off. Not exactly sure which ones they belong to, but okay. I want to add some butter to these. These are totally not even. But I thought about pouring butter over the top like you typically do, but that just makes them so messy, and I don't want these to be super messy, but I think they'll be delicious with butter on them. So we're buttering each one. This also uses a lot less butter. Usually they call for like a half of a cup, and I think I just used like a tiny little spot, so like a 1/6 of a quarter of a cup, so 1/24 of a cup. I would like to get some onion powder and garlic powder on just to give it some flavor. Now let's see about these guys. Okay. Perfect. All right. Let's get these onions cooked. I'm just gonna use the same pan. Oh no, why did I do it this way? Oh, there's that one. Okay, let's see here. What's the best way to do this? It looks like the onions tried to all go right in the middle here. Okay, let's see. Cheese. Okay, I am not going to spray the tops or anything. I think it'll be just fine. I'm going to put them in though at 350 for 15 minutes. I just took these out of the oven and I'm going to get a little bit of butter on the tops. This is actually frozen butter, but it looks to be working just fine. This is what I normally would do when rolls come right out of the oven. But these rolls, when I made them yesterday, I didn't butter them because I left the tops not quite as dark as I would want them so that I could put them back in the oven and have them not over bake. So we'll need to let these cool for a little bit and then we will give them a try. Look how fantastic these look. These still need to cool for quite a while, but these are good, although I don't really want to try them first because like spoil my dinner, kind of. Not the most healthy of things, but looks fantastic. Let me give you a rundown of what I'm going to do this weekend because it's the weekend and we are pretty much done with week 2 of the pantry challenge. So in my fridge, I still have a little bit of sloppy joes. I might freeze them, but what I've done is I've taken out some pork chops and we'll just grill them up with some spices. Nothing fancy. We can probably do the green beans that we brought in and rice. Look at that. Need a little close-up of this. This looks so good. Okay, I want to give this a try, and I am someone who eats sliders with ketchup. So adding a little bit of ketchup there. Let's see here. I love this. This is so fantastic. Okay, let's taste this muffin. Hopefully I didn't overcook it and dry it out. We'll see. Oh, we're a little overcooked. Flavor, fantastic. A little dry because I overcooked it, but otherwise it's great. So that does it for week 2 of Pantry Challenge. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you. If you missed our intro to our Pantry Challenge video, it'll be right here. And I will have our week 1 right here. Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.